Sorry, I'm having to get really low to get myself on the camera at all because I wanted to get these bowls a little bit closer to you. So today, I'm not sure if anybody else along with me had some problems with their weight during COVID, but I am in a constant battle to try and save calories. But unfortunately, I am a creamy, buttery, mayonnaise-y person that likes to have butter on my bread or mayonnaise on my sandwich. That's just who I will always be. But one thing I did discover is I can do things with ricotta to make them much more flavorful, and the calorie count is dramatically lower. So I've got two different ricottas here. This one is the skim milk ricotta, which has 60 calories for a quarter cup. This is the whole milk ricotta, which has 130 calories for a quarter cup. So double the calories. But just to kind of give you an idea of equivalency, this is 56 grams, which is what they call a quarter cup of the skim milk. So that is 60 calories. This is 56 grams of the whole milk ricotta, so that's a quarter cup that is 130 calories. Now let's move to the big winners on the calorie counter. Here's butter. So here's 56 grams of butter. That is 410 calories. This is homemade mayonnaise that I made today with light olive oil, not extra virgin, but lighter olive oil and a lot of lemon because I wanted something that was a little richer in flavor. Again, 400 calories. And this is Hellmann's. So again, 56 grams and again, 390 calories according to the label. So as you can see, that's a lot of calories for a very small amount. For the equivalent amount, and you can drain the water off of this, whole milk ricotta will usually have a little water in it. So I've just learned that I can make myself a piece of toast with a nice amount of the ricotta on it, which will give me the creamy texture that I crave, but just doesn't have the same flavor. So, not saying these don't come in my diet on occasion still, but I just try to set them aside more often. So what I'm doing right now, I'm kind of going the mid-ground and using the whole milk. I don't like the texture very much of the skim, but if you're really trying to cut calories back, this is a good place to do it. And you could always do this with Greek yogurt also. I just didn't put that on here because I didn't have any, to be really honest. So let me just show you what I do with it. And again, it kind of comes back to the gremolata. Now, an easy way you could, I apologize, this bowl's kind of a mess. We're having trouble staying out of it on this gremolata. So you could take this with the parsley, the garlic, and the seasonings and put some of that into this. I'm gonna work with the whole milk ricotta here. So you could put this in here, but then you're putting 120 calories per tablespoon into that. So just adding a little bit more than that, but just adding about that amount of oil will double the calories proportion. I'll throw this away. So here's what I like to do. I like to get fresh rosemary out of my garden and then just strip it back. And chop it up. Again, as fine or as coarsely as you would like. I want this to be a little fine. And again, this is as much or as little as you'd like. Chopped up, this is probably a good teaspoon and a half. And this is about a cup of whole milk ricotta. And then in another video, I'm going to show you how to make preserved lemons. But a preserved lemon is really just a fermented lemon that's been fermented in salt. So this has a salty, lemony flavor to it. I make a big jar of it and keep it in my refrigerator for probably the better part of a year because they're preserved, so they stay very clean. So you just take this out. You can use that, that's not my favorite part, it's the interior. I just toss it. But then I like to take the skin of the preserved lemon, which is very soft from all the time it's spent curing in the salt and fermenting, and just dice this up into small pieces. That's probably the skin of a quarter of a lemon, or thereabouts. Put that in there. And we're going to stir that together. With a bit of salt, maybe like a quarter teaspoon of salt, and some cracked black pepper to taste. Then we're going to just stir this together. And then keep this mixed up. Let it sit for a couple of hours just so all the flavors start to blend together. This has such a nice, refreshing, lemony rosemary flavor. We'll cut ourselves a piece of bread. And then we'll stick it in the toaster.